If you look on YouTube or Vimeo for Algodoo videos, you will see some really complicated and quite interesting structures that have been built in Algodoo. So in this short tutorial, I'd like to show you some important tools that give you the power to build some of these very unusual kinds of machines and contraptions. So let's try to model a marble rolling in a bowl. So I'm going to use a circle tool and create a fairly large circle. Select it, move it here. I'm going to use a circle tool a second time, create a bit of a smaller circle. I'm going to move that inside the larger circle like that. Then I'm going to double click and I'm going to use the Combine Shapes menu. Notice there are 4 operations here. I can cut, I can intersect, subtract, and add. So I'm going to cut out the center of that larger circle by selecting Cut. If I move it off, you now see that there's a black line indicating where the cut occurred. I'll delete the pink circle, highlight the center circle, and there's a nice circular rim. That's going to be our bowl. I'm going to use the block tool, create a block like that, and I'm going to double click again and use the Combine Shapes. I'm going to cut that rim in half, I hope, and there's the vertical cut. Get rid of this, get rid of that, and there's a nice circular bowl rim. I'm going to use the rotate tool and I'm going to rotate that till it's real close to 90 degrees right there. And then I'll use the move tool. I'm going to move it down and I need to pin that to the background. So I'll create the fix-it point right there. Notice how big that point is, so I'll use the scale tool to kind of scale that. I don't want to scale that, I want to scale this down. And there, that looks good. I use the move tool to center that a little bit more. I'll run the simulation to be sure it doesn't fall down. Okay, it doesn't fall down. Stop the simulation. So there's our side view of our bowl. Now to create the marble rolling in the bowl, all I do is create a smaller circle using the circle tool. Now if I run the simulation, there's our marble rolling in the bowl. Well, that's a very simple example of how to use the cut tool, and it's very, very powerful, and it just releases your imagination to use the other 3 tools to create some incredibly complex or complicated looking objects that were actually built using quite simple operations. Have fun.